In this video, I will show you how to import product prices. I will be updating the prices of several products that are already entered into Activate. As you can see here, I have these 4 products, some that have a list price, some that do not. I will be walking you through the steps needed to import the product prices for various products. To begin, you need to create an Excel spreadsheet. I've already created one here. As you can see, I have the product ID and various other fields that I wish to update. In this import, I am going to update the list price. I went ahead and added the original list price for my benefit, but it's not needed. In fact, unless it has a key on the import field, it's not necessary to import it on existing products unless you wish to update that field. So for instance, this description is a required field and it's going to have an R on the import module, but it is not necessary for the import. I will show you this in a bit. You also notice here that I have only mapped the list price, the product ID, and the description. I left all other fields blank, and this is to show you how that will import. File, Import Data. Now you can set up your mapping, but before you add the Excel file, be sure you exit out of the Excel document or it could cause issues in Activate. If you were to import the product list into Activate, while the Excel spreadsheet is open, it could cause issues later when you try to import. If this does happen, be sure you completely close out of Activate and then log back in, and it should be good to go. So to begin, be sure to exit out of the Excel spreadsheet and import in that product list. While the mapping may change depending on what type of import you are doing, the steps should be the same. So for this one, as you can see, I have product ID, price codes, units, types, low quantity, high quantity, effective. This is the effective date, the expiration date, notes, and description down here. Now it's important to note that my Excel spreadsheet had multiple tabs. This is where you need to go to the worksheet, and I'm going to go to the product price tab. Here, I need to map the product ID. As you can see here, if I go to product and scroll down to product ID, it is a required field. This is what this key means. It has to be here. And I'm going to go ahead and map that as A, as seen here. And I'll go ahead and map whichever fields I want to update. I'm going to go ahead and import all of these fields so that you can see how they look with different information filled in. It's also good to note that you have this first row of spreadsheet contains field names. So it's possible to create this Excel file without that row there. But in my case, I need to have this checked. So let's go through and finish up the mapping. It's also good to know on some of these fields, for instance, this product price type, you have default values you can choose. This is good if all of the information in the import is to have the same value. So for instance, if all of them were to have a price type, I can map it as price. This is also useful to note because some fields must be entered in a specific manner, such as price has to be listed like this, and average cost plus dollar has to be entered in like this. This is also true for fields such as the product class, where equipment is equip and supplies are SUPL. Now we're ready to import. When you import, it gives you the option to save. This is up to you. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to begin my import. It's going to give you a sample of what's imported. So right now it told me 6 rows passed, no failed. If any did fail, it would give me an error right here. So then I'm going to finish my import, and it's going to ask me if I want to back up. This is again up to you. I'm not going to back up today though. If you don't back up, it's going to ask you if you want to complete the import, and I'm just going to say yes, and it's going to be done. Now, as you can see here, if I were to reload button, the price updated. If I were to reload B20, the price updated. If I were to reload all of these, each of these that I updated, including the price, the eaches, so for instance down here, you now see average cost plus amount. You can apply these same concepts for pretty much anything you need to import and to activate. And remember, as long as it exists in Activate and you're just updating it, you only need the unique identifier, the product ID here, and whatever fields you wish to update. However, if it's a brand new product, be sure you fill out all of the required fields as well. For further detail, please contact support.